84 kwa baba de Likee TV ne so na message send na obacha na isu anwa hita do man no subscribe. Timi drop in the latest news content abaje brand no bi etie na ye bawra ensem ne ma the latest news abetodwa eye nyankopon ya do ma 16 for ye Monday abambabe akwale for parliament na ebra akwale for parliament na this time ne de ense papa no okura power papa na majority of NDC for the said this time ne de obi ntimi restraining all the CB obi make parliament because NDC na no isi ne etanachi esa carry the majority seat na the 2/3 of parliament in there omo esekula na ye mongram 1970 bia ba de ka ho bia de mo 70 bi bebremo.
They sack all of them. Recruits in the military were sacked. Recruits in the police were sacked. But we are saying, I think that anybody who is appointed illegally, who didn't go through due process and gets appointment now, I don't think he's going to stay. We would reopen it for every competent person to compete
in the security services.
If they come and they are competent and they qualify, we appoint them. If not, they will go.
So here's Bill.
No. So those doing it should know that they are even endangering those they are giving the appointments, because it will look as if they are appointing party members. They will look as if they are partisan appointments, which shouldn't be the case. Okay. So I think if I'm one of them, I'll even pull out, not for my name not to be among the list. Okay. Because if you are in the transition, government will transition, or a company will transition, we will change the CEO. They get up and appoint people for the new CEO. A good corporate entity would allow the new CEO to come and do the appointment. But this last minute appointment in the last 3 months, especially on the 6th of December, you go and you are doing appointments to take effect on the 6th of January. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? It means that you are only trying to get job for the people and give a burden to the next coming government without a budget for them. So I think that once transition is going on, all appointments, like the president have stated, the incoming president have stated, should cease. Everything should cease. Let's finish with the transition and we do everything afresh and appoint people accordingly.
Well, our parliament call back on the 16th.
Yeah.
What expectations is 2 Supreme Court judges are nominated or more deal and tax waiver issues were Senate Parliament be on the 16th.
Dear me, expect to say be happening is that there will be a serious debate about who is majority, who is minority, because that is not conclusive. Even though the Supreme Court said something, it is the Speaker who is to table it, because he gave information who was majority. Mm-hmm. It's the Speaker now who is to reverse it, because it is in their hands. Mm-hmm. So he must table it for them to vote. As to whether how many MPs will really go back to vote is another problem, because those who have lost all, I think they may be nursing their wounds and they may not like to come there to fight a battle that is already gone. So the Féfins Marcus, who doesn't want to sit on some spiritual seat, I think he has no option. He should be preparing. I don't even know whether they will agree on a business before they come in. I don't even know. But I think that there will be a debate about who is majority and who is minority, because the Supreme Court cannot strangulate Parliament, cannot strangulate the Speaker, cannot obstruct the parliamentarians from doing their job. If you say somebody is majority, what is majority? Majority is with numbers. 137. And unfortunately, one person is diseased. One person is diseased. One minister who was a chief who died
recently.
Yes, before this. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it is going to be, even if they add the independent member to them, they'll still be the same number. So who is majority and who is minority? Wow. So there's to me, we use numbers. Now we now see what is majority. 180.
They've seen their smoothness.
They don't see what is majority. You see, when God wants to punish you, He does it well.
So when they see you have to test. Oh?
We have to test. I'm going to join them.
As it stands now.
Yes. So no lobbying.
No lobbying.
For what? They'll go hungry.
The MPP.
Oh, no, they'll go hungry.
What about the independent MPs?
They should decide where they want to be. If they want to join this, good.
Fantastic.
If they want to join the other side,
good.
Why should I go and lobby if I have the way through? Even when they had only one difference, they had their way. And now we have super. The only thing I know we need to do is to do what Ghanaians want with that parliament.
Exactly.
Is to do what Ghanaians want with that parliament.
Would you say John Mahama be deliver?
You see, you know him.
I know him.
When he says he'll do something, Mugabe, I know you don't doubt him. When Mama says, I'll do it, I'll do it. He stood before Parliament and said, I'll solve the Dumso.
And he fixed it.
He fixed it and left even reserves.
Yeah.
They came to criticize it, but today we need those reserves. So he says he's going to fix it. NDC took power from MPP in 2008 under precarious situations, where we saw that the government going out signed what we call the single spine salary structure, when they knew they had no money, and gave burden to John Atamils,
SSS,
and then gave a lot of work to Mahama and Atamils. They were able to handle it and migrated everybody into the single spine with all the challenges. There was Dumso challenges that started not by John Mahama. Even Kufuor himself experienced Dumso to an extent that they went and brought machines, and what is his name? One of their own ministers said that they were toy machines. Call it toy machines, and they even sent pastors to Akosombo to go and pray. It means that it is not John Mahama who created Dumso, but he said he was going to solve it and solve Dumso, and the economy of Ghana shot up in 2016 to the highest point. Remember when he was even the vice president managing the economic management team, he had the highest growth rate for this country. So, and he invests. What I like about him is that he invests in very productive ventures. Atuabo Gas. Today we are enjoying Atuabo Gas. We are making money out of Atuabo Gas. Terminal 3 Airport, the Tema Port, which MPP has mismanaged, has put in so many taxes that importers have decided to move to Togo to bring their goods, making us to lose money. And I know when he comes, he's going to look at it. I know he knows where to invest. Look at Bank of Ghana Hospital. Explicit. Look at UGMCC. Explicit. They are generating funds for the government. Afro Rich Hospital, you know, it is the darling baby that I always appreciate. Fantastic. So I know that John Mahama is coming, despite all the constraints we have. He knows how to negotiate, and we have the men. We are not going to have a solid team like they have. We are going to have a titanium team. That is unbreakable. That is going to solve the problems with JM and make sure we move from the crisis in which we are today to a better level. All this junk status we have in IMF and all those things, you wait and see in 4 years' time where we're going to be.
Investors,
You've already seen. One would almost start here.
And then when we British commissioner and almost at
you see, the world looks at the one coming and readjust the economy. Even US, when Trump won, there was a shift. There was a positive growth. John Mahama has won, and you start seeing the signs. They know he's a prudent person in managing the economy.
Very.
These people came only borrowing and borrowing just to make sure Ken Ofori-Atta gets his shares from negotiating for the loans, and his bank gets the shares from negotiating for the loans. But Mahama is not going to do that.
Ghana for accountability. So more loot to know what's it. Oral operation recover or loot. We are going to recover them. And for the health sector, they know the COVID-19 money will look for them. The money they use to rent houses at Adaklo, which nobody slept in it, will look for it. The money they use to buy Sputnik V and they have not returned them, will look for them. The money they use in all the COVID money that they spent without memos, without anything, with just handwritten memos. Regional chairman, regional secretaries, and all that. Look, we'll recover them. We'll operationalize and get them back. The money that they gave to dredge Koli Lagoon and then clean Accra very neat, 40-something million that Cecilia Dapa was the minister, and we have not seen where it's gone. The only thing we saw are money under his belt, and then the rest. We'll recover all of them. We'll recover all those people who had nothing, people who couldn't even drink coffee, good coffee in Ghana. Today have built big mansions and are living in luxurious buildings because they are related to Akufo-Addo. We know them. They'll tell Ghanaians where they got the money. And for oral, if Muhammad doesn't implement it, I think they'll boot us out in 2028. And we have to implement it. And some of us are ready very well
to support him.
Mr. Excellency John Dramani Mahama Edison Mebre in a tuja Edma Ghana for say 120 days of back officer betting tax be free ho.
Yeah.
COVID levy be free ho.
Yeah.
So and taxes I would be any say Tiani Adeno obe yini na yede every ho said the beya amanfo ho be hen ha ho. Who jide say ebetumi abaso.
Of course, before a manifesto no.
You
see, before a manifesto no, economic committee no, finance economic committee no, omo tinase omo calculations no, omo actuarial science studies. Omo nim say the taxes there are nuisance. People are complaining. Those using Momo are virtually very poor people. You want to send school money to your child, they have to tax it. Why do you do that? Somebody bets, you tax him when he wins, and when he loses, you don't pay him anything. The people, we are working for the money to give it back to the people, and you are taking it from them. Definitely, businesses are losing because some people are doing business and they buy with Momo, and you are taxing them for it. You are reducing their capital. So there are other ways because they use it, they misuse it. Look at health insurance tax. They take it, they don't use it for health insurance. COVID tax, COVID is here.
No.
Why are they still taxing this? Meanwhile, COVID Magana Seka in excess of 13 billion. In excess, they budgeted 12 billion for COVID-19, and they got
more than that. Yeah.
In excess. So why do you now tax us? We are paying for COVID-19 water. I never got water for COVID-19, but I'm paying tax for COVID-19 free water. I paid for my electricity, and I'm paying COVID-19 tax for electricity.
We are paying more.
And I'm paying more. Those who are even getting electricity in their house today, new meters, new houses, they are paying the tax. Meanwhile, they never enjoyed the free COVID-19 electricity. So it is just. It's not because government wants to make money, but it must be justified. It must be something that is reasonable. Even if the COVID-19 money, they had used it to say we are using it for dialysis, free dialysis, and then the rest, I would have been happy. At least they've moved it from COVID-19 tax to free dialysis money. I would have been happy. I would have supported it.
Would you say, Diana Ghana for so to about Dr. Anaba?
I think one, Ghanaians have seen that there was no light at the end of the tunnel.
Turnout, it was very low.
No, it wasn't low. It has been always like that.
MPP before now too.
No, it's not MPP people.
They voted.
Omo is sure say MPP 4 because Omo registered this time 1.something million people. No, majority of them were free senior high school students.
After enjoying the free SHS?
Yes. Maybe catch it out. Even by no Chrome or losing elections. Wale. Or losing elections. All the big wigs in MPP, they lost. Is it NDC people who sacked them? So those who didn't come to vote, remember, say, most of the figures from Ashanti, their register, are bloated. Remember, Japa said this, and I believe him because we did the studies. They are bloated. Even people who are died, they don't remove their names. People who are even absent, they vote for them. This time, the vigilance, the monitoring in Kumasi, and thanks to some of you, the monitoring and vigilance in Kumasi made it impossible to inflate their registers. So all the fake names and ghost names they have in their registers didn't come out to vote. That's why they think that the turnout was low. The turnout wasn't low. No, the turnout not low. It was good turnout. It is that a lot of ghost names are there. They don't want to remove them so that they can get the chance to thumbprint for them. Previous election, somebody came out in the video saying that my thumbprint is my bread. Thumbprint man wana Akufo Addo. That is it. So
Matu 20, Matu 30.
Matu 30. Because Dini na were listed inside. Somewhat 500 were polling station. No, the real human beings are 300. 200 are ghosts. So if they finish, then they will let somebody come and thumbprint the rest all and put inside.
There's a polling station a quad so in Ashanti region.
Yeah.
2020 John Mahama Enya 14. Yeah. This time round we 173.
Yeah. So what does it imply? A MPP 4 na 2 man or an NDC 4? How many NDC people have transferred to that place? This is a clear example. MPP people even voted against them. You know why? Because Akufo Addo, he was thinking only of his family and friends and scattered his party. Just like my candidate, my competitor scattered their party in Garu. He scattered his party. So definitely there will be people who will be disgruntled. So disgruntled ones, they'll vote you out. And besides that, remember, people also change. Let me acknowledge
the Ghanaians. It's not only because
especially in Ashanti.
Yes, it's not only because they are disgruntled. It's just that yes, people also think and know the truth. There were some of them were being brainwashed. MPP. They gave birth to you in MPP. As MPP got a hospital, I don't think they built a hospital yet. I don't know how they are giving birth to people in MPP. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think people have now gotten to understand that every government is a reflection of ourselves. If we vote for a corrupt government, we'll be corrupt. If we vote for a government who likes confusion, there will be confusion in the country. If you vote for an incompetent government, we'll suffer the incompetence. That is why people have weighed between John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, and then Bawumia and the MPP, and realize that they prefer the lesser evil to this MPP and Bawumia, because Bawumia touted himself the economic messiah by his godfather Akufo-Addo, and he came and disappointed us.
Edamasi Samoje Brain be Daily Update TV so.